Hello, beautiful people. Let me just do some testing here, make sure we're on. YouTube takes a few seconds to load. Come on then. Wow, it's taking a long time, like everything else today. Yeah, just a pop-up live. Here we go. Wow, it's taking a long time, like everything else today. All right, there it is. That's working fine on that end. We're good. So I wanted to do, well, I needed to do a video. Let's just say I needed to do a video, but I have so much to do. I don't want to have to worry about editing. So I figured just do this live, and it will consist mostly of the indoor spaces and what's happening with that right now. And I was hoping to do it on this iPad through just the YouTube app, or yeah, the app. But it took me 40 minutes and I could not figure it out. It wanted me to use Chrome. And then even after that, and after like shutting it off and turning it back on a couple of times, making sure like that the thing updated itself or something, it still wouldn't allow me to do a live stream. So in the end, I had to resort to StreamYard. Thank goodness that exists. So I can do this. But I also, it's an older iPad, so I've been draining the battery in that 40 minutes that I've been here and there and everywhere loading things. And then, yeah, and it still wouldn't work. So I'm just charging for a few seconds more, and then I'll move around and show you things. Otherwise, well, no, I wanted to just fill in on what's been happening. We had really nice weather. What week are we in? 2 weeks ago? And I got a couple of things done outside. And then last week we had spring break and there was some nice weather and I got a few things done. But the majority of the things I needed to do was inside because I hosted the Easter lunch, I guess you'd say. So there was a lot of housework, mostly a lot of prep. I didn't do too much cooking because everybody brings something. It's a potluck, I guess you'd say. So that's super awesome of everybody. Everybody always does great and brings great food and desserts and everything else. So I just have to, have the space and then maybe the drinks, a few hors d'oeuvres. That's what I do, but it's still a lot. And I allot myself at least 3 days because that's what I figured after all these years of doing these parties. At least 3 days I need to get my act together. But still, I still procrastinate till the last second. And there's always more work to be done, even after you've checked off all the things on the list. But what's today? Wednesday. Everything's been sorted more or less, I think. For the party, everything's been put away and cleaned up and stuff like that. And it was a very successful event. With that, I was really kind of sad that I couldn't do more gardening stuff because there were some things that didn't time out very well. Hey, G Mama, I'm sorry. I get to rambling and I don't look at the chat. Nice to have you, as always. Let's see, I've got my link there if you want to come up and say hi. It's just you, me, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just you and me. What was it? So, yeah, some plants really needed uppotting. And every day I was just looking at them and saying, hold on. And it wasn't like dire. They weren't necessarily in need of uppotting right then and there, obviously. But it was either doing gardening stuff or doing house stuff. And of course, my body wanted to do the gardening stuff, even though it wasn't, top priority. So that was weighing heavily on me all the time of like, my poor plants, they need me. But they obviously managed. And so like yesterday and the day before, I finally started the uppotting process. Hi, Robert. Nice to see you. Glad you could stop in. Let me see. The uppotting, I did a bunch of that. I still have a little bit more to go. I desperately need to start a bunch more seeds. Some things that might have failed, some things that just need to be started now if I'm going to get them out for my plant sale. And then there's a whole bunch of other like technical stuff that you like. I want to do some stickers maybe for my plant sale, something I've never done before. So I have to like decide on the layout and get that, ordered. Containers, what I'm going to be selling, because it's not just a plant sale. It's like a community yard sale, so you can sell whatever. And I have a bunch of stuff from like the kids, clothes, toys, all that I want to get rid of. So I have to I only have one vehicle. It's big enough, luckily, but I have to really decide what what's gonna make money other than the plants. The plants are the priority, and then every other thing that I can fit in the truck. And you got to bring tables, you got to bring tents, maybe depending on what kind of day you're gonna have. Containers. There's a lot of like these little back end things that you don't think about when you when you do a business, basically. Hey Kay, nice to see ya. I saw your live replay. I caught your replay earlier. Nice looking. The garden is looking good. Let's see. Gee, Mama is eating lunch, getting ready to go back outside. Awesome. I'm glad you're having a nicer day. It's still super chilly. Like it was 27 Fahrenheit last night. Super cold. And tonight it's still going to be like 31. And then after that, we'll get back to above freezing night temps. So we had a nice week 2 weeks ago. Last week was questionable, like some nice, and then it dipped. And we're still in the dip right now. And then we'll start to go back up by the weekend. I'm so excited. So I'm looking forward to the weekend and some nicer weather. I'm going to be outside. Okay. Of course, it's pretty warm there. I was talking to G Mama. It's always warm there. But some rain. I don't know why I'm talking about rain, because the ground is saturated. But it's like, the potted plants, the bags, the grow bags, those are drying out because we've also had severe winds. Not severe, but it's windier than usual. And so the bags and the pots are drying out. So I'm like, where's the rain? And then the second it rains, I'm like, it's so muddy. Why? G Mama says it's warming, and let me push buttons here. How's this work? Show. There we go. It's warming in the 50s finally, in the 70s. Yeah. It's a little bit warmer over there. What is up with that? Like even, your fake spring came earlier and things like that. So let me see. How does that work? Nope, that did not work. How do you hide this? Oh, there we go. You're getting rain. Nice. You guys need the rain, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth as if you know who I'm talking to. So, okay, saying it's going to be raining all week. We'll see. All right. Well, I really crossing my fingers and knocking on all the wood that you get some rain there. Anytime it rains is really good. Like even when I think like we've had some months that it's just been like rain every day. And I'm like, my plants are going to drown. They're going to get root rot. But the ones in the ground, even in pots, really, if the drainage is fine, the plants love it. They do not suffer. It's only when they're indoors that you're trying to baby them that they end up with root rot and that they, drown. Ridiculous. But outside, they love that rain so much. And I like it too, because that means I don't have to do any watering. Let's see. All right, I think I can get off my booty here and walk you around and show you what I'm up to. We'll start in the basement. G Mama says they've changed our last frost date to April 30th. Usually wait until Mother's Day. Yeah, even if they changed it, I still don't trust it because it's like, yeah, I don't trust it because I've only been on this property for 6 years, but I felt the shift in the temperature shifts, and it's not consistent. So I don't trust that just because that's their prediction means that's going to be the truth in the end. All right, we are in the basement. I'm going to turn. Oh, can I do that? Can you turn the camera around when you're on this thing? Let's see. Nope. That wasn't the button. How about this button? camera, front, back. All right, I did it without cutting off the live stream. That's right, can't trust this tricky weather. All right, so yesterday and the day before, I was busy up potting. Oh, the light's so bright. Let's see if we can get, there we go, not so bright. So I was up potting a bunch of tomatoes there. Where's the camera on this? I'm pointing it. I think it's like reversed. Oh no, I just don't know how to point it. Some stuff I've already up potted from previous. This is like basil here. Looking good. What is this? Okay, that's all tomatoes. Down here we have more tomatoes and peppers. So here's a few containers that need to be up potted. These were planted a little bit later, so they're a little bit smaller than some of the ones that I already up potted, like these. We have some ground cherry that I separated out. This is the biggest of the ground cherries. Where is, not this one. Anyway, here's some peppers that I want to also up pot. These are small enough still that, how do you do this? They're small enough still that I'm not super worried, but I want them to grow quickly as fast as they can. And these I've already up potted previously. And hopefully I learned my lesson for next year not to plant them so early. These are my eggplants being taken over by aphids, but I've been spraying with neem, so a lot of these are dead. At least I think they are. So they're not bothering the plants too bad. This is one of the plants that was a mystery seed from, I don't know whether it was the eggplants or the peppers. And it looked to me at first, oh, it is. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? I thought it was a ground cherry. And it really resembles a ground cherry, but it's growing like a weed. It's so fast compared to the ground cherries I just planted. So the jury's still out. It's actually flowering. I'm letting it grow because I wanted to see if it was ground cherry. And I'm going to up pot it to a bigger pot and really see what it grows into. All right, nice seedlings. Thank you, G Mama. I know it does look like ground cherry. These are some more. So these are some pepper plants that were already up potted earlier. I just need to feed them. Like, look how yellow that is. Well, that's an old leaf, but you know, they need feeding. Still working on my feeding schedule. And then down here, some other things that were seeded later, like the fennel. Like I thought I wasn't going to do any fennel, but somebody made me feel guilty, so I planted some fennel. Artichoke, the first batch that I put in like January failed. All of them, either they failed to thrive or I killed them because I left them outside. So this is super late. So it's not likely that I'll get any fruit out of these either, or flower. But I like to keep trying. And I got some brassicas, little brassicas there. And this is a container of flowers, pretty much. Where's the camera on this? Oh, goodness. Anyway, these are flowers. I really need to get them into the ground. So maybe this weekend I'll get these little things out of here. All right, so I only have a few of those tomato plants to work on for later. Let me turn this back around. Which button was it? This one, this one, this one. Oh, let's go to the camera. All right, we're back. Okay, let's go upstairs and fill you in on what's up there. I think there's nothing to show more down here. Yep, just my station for where I do all the work. All right, we're gonna go into one of the rooms that I reset so it could be more plants in it. So these were, let's start with the tent. Turn you around again. Wish there was an easier way to do this. All right, so the tent was housing some sensitive plants, basically. So these, as soon as the weather starts cooperating and we don't get any freezing nights anymore, these need to go outside. other than their outdoor plants. They just, yeah, they need that. So we have front and center. Oh, what is it? Lantana. This is a lantana. And it's been flowering on and off all season. Well, in, once spring started to roll in, it started to flower. This is another weed. I get this every year. It's in one of the seed packets, and it always sprouts at some point, and I let it get to this point, and then it just dies eventually. That's fine. Back here. What am I looking at? Can you? Oh, yeah, this appears to be a foxglove, but I didn't plant it here, so it got distributed here. What it is in is, oh man, I don't remember. Shoot, super blue flowers. I planted it last year, and it was doing so well in the fall, and it's still alive. I just need to clean it up once it gets out of here. Can you even see it? So yeah, that's what that's. Over here, this stick, sadly, is the miracle berry that I got from Florida. I don't think there's any life in it, but we won't see until we get down to the root system. This seems some runaway weed. I haven't figured out whether it's worth holding on to or not. Doesn't smell like anything. And then back here is Mexican mint. It's still alive also, and it's been flowering on and off. So we'll let that, we'll fluff up the soil and everything, and that'll be fine come later. This is my bay. It is looking super sad, but it's still alive. So that's one thing. It just needs some real sun and warmth, and I think it'll bounce back. This is one of, yes, the red pomegranate. It's cold hardy, but by the time I'd gotten it, it was already getting too cold for me to put it in the ground, and I didn't want to risk losing yet another plant that I purchased, so I let it stay in here, and there's life. That's what's important, is that it's alive. But it does need to start getting hardened off. A lot of these, not a lot of these, but the ones that are like pomegranate, it's supposed to be outside. It's supposed to be cold hardy. And I need to start hardening it off so it can be planted in the ground. Then my pride and joy is currently this Deliciosa Monstera plant, which I really hope it is a Deliciosa, but someday it'll get huge and it'll fruit and I can eat it. That is my dream, to eat a tropical fruit in my zone 6B home here. Sorry, I haven't said hello to people. Mr. Sweet Time, hello. Nice to have you. So this is doing really well. Like, I'm so surprised how well it's doing. I missed it every, couple of days, every other day. And it's grown by leaps and bounds. And it's just so good. Thank you. All the twigs and the dryness, you get really discouraged. But when at least one of your plants is making it, it makes it all okay. I'm talking about discouraging, although they're still alive. These are my overwintered pepper plants, a few of them that survived. We have a Jimmy Nardello, a Poblano, and what's this one? This was a mystery one, but they are in super distress. Like the bugs are all over them. I've been spraying them too, and they're still okay. And here's another one of the Thai chili, it's also alive. Now for the party, I had to do some TLC on some of my houseplants because I had ignored them. So these pothos, had all the brown leaves and you know how the stem gets super long and there's no leaves on them practically. So I had to do some serious. This one wasn't so bad, but this one I pretty much, I had to repot it. I took off the crummy ones and I just replanted the short, stocky ones, and we'll see how that goes. I hadn't touched these in like 3 years, and they were super pot bound. Like the roots there was practically no soil left because it was just roots. I'm not doing so well with these. What are these? Can't remember. But I was overwatering them. Usually I tend to like ignore these, but for some reason I started overwatering them. They don't like that. Orchids. These are orchids. They don't like being overwatered. So I'm killing them. Maybe if I leave them alone for a bit, they'll come back. Like it even wanted to flower, and I get these to flower like every 2 months or so. And this season, I just failed on them, and hopefully they're not completely gone. Then down here, this was a purchase, like fall deal special. Where is it? Sorry, this is in the way. Okay, fall deal special. It's a hen and chick, I think, and it was a better plant, and I put it outside, and it failed and didn't do anything. And then I was like, well, there's still this little nub, like half of this plant was still alive. So I brought it inside. I put it in a much smaller pot than this, and I just let it, eke along all winter. And now the spring came and it grew half more size, and I repotted it. And basically now I can't overwater it because they don't like that. So hopefully that also lives. Over here we have our sad goodbye to hashtag WIG 2025 challenge entry. So this was the second planting of lettuce, the Loco Rosa or something. I can't remember. But either it's the soil, it's the pest, it's the container. I don't know what's wrong. These plants are not happy in here. So I am gonna transplant these outside and see if they bounce back. I mean, the new growth looks good, so I'm gonna take out the crummy stuff and let it be outside. Can't do much with planting outside this basil, so I'll just let it languish, see how it does. Another thing that's languishing, because I tend to do this too early every year, because I put it in the basement and it starts sprouting. This is sweet potato. It starts sprouting and I'm like, I got to put it in the soil, or I'm gonna just lose it. So I need to do something with it. It needs more soil. I'm not ready to root it out, or maybe I am. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. I need to put these in a glass of water. And then also another languishing plant is this rosemary. It'll be fine. It just needs to be outside already. So here's a bunch of the potos indoor plants that I snipped and I'm trying to reroot. And over here, we'll see this upstairs is the scented geranium. What's the other word for it? I'll think of it. I'm trying to root these as well, and these sell well at the markets. It's the not calendula, citronella plant is what that's called. All right, so that's all that. Let me turn you back around. Okay, I'm a little bit winded. I haven't spoken this much in a while. All right, let me get a drink of water here. That's I'm yakety. Oh wait, I'll end indoors. Let me go back outside. Let me go outside. Just out the front door is the plants I've been hardening off for a while now, because most of these are cold hardy. Oops, sorry. All right. Thank you, Mr. Time. Turn you back around. Nope, that's not it. All right, so here's a table of a few things going on. These are strawberries, the little tiny ones with white fruit. I'm very excited to plant those. Yeah, I'll be planting most of these out this coming week. A bunch of Asian greens there. There's some parsley. These are my leeks. These are my onions. This is sadly my, I bought this just a little while ago. It's called Hardy Kiwi from Home Depot. And all the plants there look terrible. They come in the bags. You buy them inside and you hope for the best. And this doesn't look too good. But that was that. So I might be replacing that. And these are some more onions, a couple of cauliflowers, more brassicas. Here is a fig. I can't remember which one. No, I don't remember because I lost the tag long ago. But this got uprooted by the dog, and it's been through a lot. So I potted it. It was outside for the summer, and then I brought it in because otherwise I don't think it was going to make it. So I'm going to keep this in a container. I have other figs out there that survived so far, but this one I'm going to try in the container to see if I even get a fruit out of it. And then these couple of things. This hyacinth? No, what is this? Hyacinth? I don't remember what these are. I think they're hyacinths. Wait for the boss. This was an Easter present, so I love reef plants. So I'm going to be planting this and adding to my collection. And then this I picked up 2 days ago. Yeah, Campanula. I've heard of it, but I don't exactly know what it is, other than I think it's a perennial. So I'm hoping it is. Like I said, I didn't look into it too much. Yeah, zone 3 to 8. So I'm looking forward to adding that to my collection. And then let's walk over. Oh, little story. This is a green stock box. So this was in the garage. I had ordered it after I ordered dose, which are just the 3-tier ones. So this is the spinny stuff, the base, and I'd forgotten I had them. And then I was like, I really need a spinner for those planters. And then I'm like, wait a minute, don't I have spinners for those boxes? So luckily I found the box and I was like, oh, thank God I didn't order more. All right, see a couple more plants here. We got more onions, a couple more brassicas. This was a finished container, but there's a spinach baby that I have to transplant. These are cilantro. The cilantro is doing really well. Back here is celery and the giant celery, Prague celery. Back there, the dill is bananas. I gotta really stop planting these so early. This is a third succession of lettuce coming up slow, nicely. And this is the other pomegranate that they only sent me like this week, last week, because I guess this plant just needed to be transplanted during the spring versus in the fall. So this I just got. So this has already been hardening off. So that is the companion for that indoor pomegranate, so that I can get good fruit, right? If you have more than, it's suggested you have more than one variety of something if you want good growth. So let's see. Can you see out there? It's all, there's some flowers going on. We'll do a tour of the outside in in a little while, in a couple of days, maybe this weekend if it's a nice day. I'd like to start doing the tours like mid-month, and sometimes I end up doing it at the beginning of the month, sometimes at the end of the month, but I'd like to start doing a mid-month so that it's a more cohesive time frame. But all right, let's end this upstairs. Well, no, let's show you a couple more things. So here is some other plants that I have inside. Let's see. I always forget what house plants are called. So whatever this is, it's doing so well. I got this 2 Easters ago. And they like to flower in the spring. They're so pretty. There's also this, which also flowers. And this. And it's been in the same container. No, did I have pot? Yeah, I have potted. I think I have potted. I don't remember. No, this is the same container. But these are all doing so well here. This is aloe. One of these was mine, and then my mom gave me a few. And then I wisened up and started putting it outside in the summer. And like right now, it's, thin and pathetic because it's been inside all this time. But if you put it out in the sunshine and rain, they get really nice and plump. But I do need to separate this and make, babies. I forget anything that's not edible. Exactly. Exactly. This is another pothos plant that I had to really clean up. So I had like a dozen vines, trying to go up the window, but I had to just like chop them down and leave just a few. Oh, everybody really liked this. So this was a present. It's like terrarium, is that what it's called? So it's moss. I was given last fall, and it was half the size, and it was from Vermont, and it's just living in this cake, container, and it just sits in the sun or in the sunny window, and it's just growing. And it just lives off of itself pretty much. And then my son wanted to do the same thing with our property. So, ow, this is hard. All right. So then he collected like just dirt and weeds from our yard. And so now we're growing. I'm going to open it for you guys. We are growing. I don't know. I can't open it. Come on. Hold on. I'm going to use both hands to open it. Okay. Ooh, it's nice and warm in there. I'd live in there. And it smells so soily. So we've got mostly clover, wild strawberry, and some grasses. All right, so that is that. Over here is another plant I can't remember the name of. World's longest blooming plant. I don't know why that's the name of it. Is that really the name of it? I never feel convinced that that's the name of it, but it has red flower every so often, so this is doing well. I should also like pot this or something, but it hasn't been a priority because it's been doing well. Did I miss Robin? Where'd you go? Hi, Robin. Sorry I missed you. All right, here we go. The last bit is this upstairs area of where other plants go to hopefully not die. So here is the big pot of the citronella plant. So those cuttings came off from a big stem that was just flopped over on this side. It was just like lip, and it was looking pathetic. So I cut it off, and now I have this nice bushy thing. So this goes outside too when it gets hot again. The rest of these are just house plants. You guys know, I don't know, cane plants or something, and wispy things. And these. Oh, I love this thing. I have had this since 2015. It was a Christmas present. It's what is it? A lily of some kind? Oh God, it's a lily, I think. But I neglect it, but it comes back. And the more you neglect it, the easier it is to come back. But I've been better. I mean, not better. I've been watering it consistently, so it took a while to come back. So it flowers for me, twice a year, and it gives me like 3 super red flowers. If you look back at any of my past videos or pictures, you'll find it. All right, over here, I'm trying to take one of these or 2 of these, propagate. That's the word, right? Another plant I don't remember the name of. This jade I got from a good friend, and I've done so well with it. It's growing really nice. It was half its size a couple of years ago. And then this I'm most proud of. This is another pepper plant that I'm overwintering. This is the ghost pepper, which didn't give me a darn thing fruiting wise all of last season, but it is the healthiest of my overwintered plants. It didn't, knock on wood, did not get the disease or the bugs that those other plants are downstairs. Because I think I have so many other foreign plants down there that I brought out from outside, and that's where the bugs came from. I mean, the peppers themselves were from outside. And so this is now trying to flower, so I've been pulling those. Not ready yet. Wait till you go outside. So I'm so happy. I think this will give me good fruit this year. I didn't have to wait, to grow it from like the other ones, tiny tinies. So I'm very happy with that. And then over here. Anthurium, is that what it is? Or flamingo flower, I think. Oh, I'm not sure. All right. And then over here, this is the only ginger plant I have right now. I'm thinking I should really go to the store and pick up another one, but it's kind of late. If I find it somewhere, like at a plant sale, I might pick it up. And then these eggplants, oh my goodness, they are killing me. I planted these way too early, back, I think, January. And this is the Oswald variety. They are gigantic. They have some bug problems too, but it's under control. But I can't believe how well these are doing. But I feel like they need to be uppotted too, because they're just bananas. So some things I'm doing really well with, and other things I struggle with. So this plant actually flowers for me too. I'm not gonna say every year because it's a tricky plant, especially how I've got it situated. I don't touch the soil too much. I haven't touched these pots in forever. I don't fertilize them all that much, but they will give me flower every year or so. And they're the night ones that bloom at night, and they smell so good. And it's the kind of smell that you may not like because it's overpowering. But it's always like, good luck. I got good luck because they flowered. That's the sentiment anyway. All right, that's all the plants here. Turn you back around, show you my face. Okay. The camera. All right, that's all the things. Well, I'm sure I forgot something. Most of the things inside. You're caught up. That's the inside tour. Hopefully, I can get you an outdoor tour very soon. Queen of the Night. You keeping up with all these names. I gotta look up now. Not seeing any of my eggplants come up yet. Oh no. Give it time and heat. Give it some heat. And hugs. Maybe they need hugs. Why is the dog barking? Go ahead, dog. All right. We have anything else to share for you? Let me see. As far as, here's another specimen of this plant with a flower on it. Ooh, my hand's cramping. Can you see? Yeah, there it is. This is that blooming, longest, oh goodness, hold this. World's longest blooming plant. Another one, but this one actually has the flower. So it flowers every couple of weeks. It's ongoing. And more, here's a plant I forgot. This is a yautía. If you go to the Spanish part of the supermarket with the plátanos and the yuca, this is another one of the roots there that's got a little bit more hair on it. So I bought it. I left it in the pantry. It started to grow. So I decided to put it in the soil. And so that's like one of these, long-term to maturing things. So this is just an experiment to see how long I can make it go. And here's the whole bunch of cuttings that I took from the pothos when I dissected them all. All right. Now I think that's all the plants. Oh, yeah. It is a lot of plants. And I'm like, continuing to accumulate and expand the inventory. Like a typical gardener, right? Why is the dog barking? Oh, I'm Amazon, that's why. She doesn't like the delivery peoples. If you were just out here, it's kind of chilly, but if you were working, I guess it's not too bad. But I'm not ready to be outside today. I need to finish uppotting those tomatoes and peppers. Anthurium with the red bloom. Okay, I believe you. So, well, let's see. It's going to be super bright. Let the camera adjust. So yeah, nothing doing yet with out here. Oh, let me see. Hold on. I put carrots in the soil in my container. Let me see if I have any come up. It's been a couple of days. I thought something came up, but that could have just been a weed. Let's see if it's still there or if it got destroyed or it was just a weed. So this is the container. And it grew a few carrots last year, but they rotted in the winter, unlike another set of plants. So I'm not seeing anything. Boo. But it's still early. Maybe they'll still come up. Those may have just been weeds that got frozen off. All right, I don't know why I'm out here. This tour is supposed to be for inside only. Go back inside. Your mom's pothos seems that thing survives no matter what. That's true. Like a lot of those house plants I have are from my parents. So they're like 40 years old. Or like my husband's parents also have. We have some of their plants. They're all super old. And you just keep taking cuttings of pothos. So it's the same plant. All right. So I am trying, like I propagated some of that cane plant, hoping to sell it. I did sell some last year. So there are people who are looking for that stuff, obviously, for cheap. All right. I'm a little tired, winded. Whew. Well, thank you, everybody. That was fun. Glad you could make it in. And I'm going to look up some of these names that Robin came up and see if they pop up. Maybe next time I do this tour, I'll have the names of those plants. I should mark them. You know, you put labels on everything for outside, but on the inside stuff, you really leave it alone, right? All right. What else? Oh, I got a this Tuesday coming up, we will have the Gardening Plus chat with Healy. And special guest is going to be Audrey from Real Food Comes Dirty. I finally got in touch with her, Robin. I finally got in touch with Audrey. So she'll be on next week's chat. So excited. If anybody wants to be part of the conversation on those things, we try to do every other week. Or twice a month. Some months have, 5 weeks. If anybody wants to be part of the chat, send me an email. Let me use one of these things that I always forget to push the buttons for. There you go. Send me an email through any of the places that you can send email. I gotta update this. I have like a Facebook group that I made where I just upload the chats, but it's there. But I gotta put that on this Chiron, as it's called. So there's that. So I'm very excited for next week. All right. It's always hard for me to say goodbye. I never want to say goodbye. No, I want to stay forever. But since everybody's got things to do, I have things to do. I need to say goodbye. All right. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the sunshine that we're getting to its fullest. Because when it rains, we're not so happy for ourselves. I'm blubbering now. All right. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.